been so long since I've listened to the music. I just want to embrace it a little bit.
Has it been that long?
It's been 3-4 weeks.
Long enough.
I haven't been on the show. I was doing the Team Leader Academy, so I have been gone.
Okay.
Anyway, welcome back. Welcome. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm drinking another, one of my standard drinks. We've got a kombucha today.
Can I try this?
Yeah, this is a...
I like kombucha, so...
It's delicious. It's a little bit, it's a little spicy. It's a lemon ginger flavor.
Ooh, that's really good.
It's not bad. Say hello to more feel-good gut days. That's...
For kombucha, as kombucha goes, I might put that up there.
It's called, it's Health Aid.
Health.aid.
Yeah, but doing well. Besides my kombucha, nice cold day in Baltimore.
Nice, frigid, cold day in Baltimore. What a way for me to come back. I've been gone. I've done so many things in the last couple of weeks. Just yesterday, I got back from a coaching training. My business is real estate, and in real estate, we have coaching training. And for the last 3 days, I've been in Florida for a all-day powerhouse event. I didn't even pull out my computer. It was just scrambling to write notes for 3 days in a row. And really, really good, really, really awesome to come back, but not so awesome to come back to 8 degrees last night.
Yeah,
that was miserable.
Tough. It's tough.
That was tough.
And where in Florida were you?
Orlando. Second year in a row, which I didn't love, but it's kind of cool. It's a vibe. It's also a vibe to be, I don't know, if you travel somewhere, one of the adventures of traveling is learning a new place. Mm-hmm. So we went to Hawaii last year, kind of in my grandfather's footsteps. It was a wedding gift, so I really got the opportunity to explore and learn and see something that was new, and that's fun. But when I'm on a work trip, I don't want new. I want to know where the front desk is. I want to get to my room. I want to shower, change, get to my event. I don't want to figure it out.
Yeah, you want a structured schedule.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that.
If somebody said, "Hey, Mike, go to the airport at this time. We'll pick you up. We'll go here. Tell me where to be."
Yeah.
Because I'm really there to take notes, learn. I'm not there to be on vacation.
Right.
As a matter of fact.
But did Amanda have a lovely time?
So she went. That's what I was going to say. My wife went, and 1 day in, maybe 2 days in, right? 12 hours into the second day, she turns around and goes, "It's been so relaxing being here." And I'm like, not for me. This is work. This is busy. Right. I'm tired. I'm up at 6 a.m, out the room by 7, working, and it's amazing. And the feeling of being surrounded by people that are like-minded, even as you're drinking kombucha, right? I'd rather you be drinking kombucha than be drinking a midday Arnold Palmer.
And the reason for that is?
That's not who I am.
Right.
I'm not a midday, let's go grab a drink at the bar.
Right. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
I want to be surrounded by people that operate the way that I do. So when I'm with people that operate the way that I do, I feel like I can take off.
Right. Yeah. Same values, same principles.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
But to go back to Amanda, I'm really glad she had an awesome time.
She
deserves
that.
and needs and just to get out in the sun and relax. I mean, Amanda, you'll listen to this.
Not a lot of sun in Orlando right now, unfortunately.
Okay, I know sun, but
it's
glad
cold.
You had a great time.
It's 8 degrees here. It's 40 degrees there.
Well,
that was Saturday. Monday was freaking freezing. Gross.
Wow. Well, real quick about the weather. I have a friend that lives in Nashville, and he told me that it's 7 degrees there.
Yeah.
So I just don't understand
this front.
Right.
The really funny one was Nashville, Charleston. I have friends that are all over Atlanta, and they're preparing for the storm like it's the apocalypse.
Right.
I had one friend that went to Home Depot and bought every insulating thing that she could find.
Right.
And I'm like, "What are you doing?" She's like, "I have to insulate my water spigots." I'm like, "Don't you turn them off?" They don't do that. That's not a thing down there because they don't have to turn them off all year round. So it's just interesting. It's a totally different mindset. But it was a lot of fun. I think Amanda got the chance to sort of be with herself and read a book. And shout out to our friend Steph and her, I think best friend or second best friend, that wrote a book, and Amanda read it. And just you get time to yourself like that. It's really rewarding.
Yeah, absolutely.
I also think it's something that people don't take advantage of enough is like our topic on the blog today was the perks of living and working in Baltimore. And it's something that people don't take advantage enough is like we have so many wonderful things at our fingertips. Whether you're living in New York and you want to take advantage of New York City or take advantage of the Central Park, or you live in California and you want to walk over the Golden Gate Bridge or whatever it might be, like that's just your everyday go. And there's so much to do here. And I could tell you for one, Amanda does not take the time away to take advantage of those things. So getting away is really like her reset.
Yeah. And I think it tends to be really hard when you're working and doing and hustle bustle. And then you're just like, let me get away. And it's like, there are places in Baltimore that you can,
for sure.
Baltimore, outskirts of Baltimore, where you literally can get away. There's places an hour. Where did I just go with? I went on a yoga retreat, Harper's Ferry, West Virginia.
I mean, and people think that it's far, like it's a different city or it's a different state. It's not. It's an hour and 10 minutes. It's 2 hours to get to some of the most beautiful sites of the Appalachian. It's, the Appalachian Trail, right? Like that's one of the largest, hiking trails in the country. And we have the harbor and we have all the unique that comes with the harbor because of the water frontage and the seafood and the experience and learning, because there's so much education. And I don't know, there's just a lot to it. I think one of the things that I love about Baltimore the most is that if you live outside of Baltimore, Columbia, Towson, Bel Air, you're only a short drive away. Like it's the commute here, 20 miles is 20 minutes.
Sure.
If you're 20 miles in LA, you're 2 hours, right? Like it's a different world. So the commute here makes it so easy to spend time in Fells Point, spend time in Hamden, spend time in Charles Village, or go to visit Johns Hopkins campus, and then retreat back to your house in the hills in Columbia, right? You can still have these luxuries and yet utilize all the spaces here in the city. I think when I think of Baltimore, I think of it as like Philadelphia's little brother.
Oh my. Philadelphia's little brother.
Well, they're like sister cities, right? Like
that was a funny way to just describe it, though. I don't know why.
Well, I mean, okay, so they're both major cities. We both have major, athletics. We both have major museums and shopping, and but no one's going to Philly for shopping. No one's coming to Baltimore for shopping.
Sure.
Right?
I can see the resemblance.
The other thing is that like the era of construction and the design of our cities are similar because there was a lot of, colonial expansion into our cities, and that makes a lot of sense too. But it wasn't like the Industrial Revolution took Baltimore by storm. And same thing for Philly. Philly's a bigger city, Baltimore's a smaller city. And it's just like
I can see, and I responded that way because I went to Philly for the first time 3 weeks ago.
First time ever?
First time ever.
Wow.
I know. And I'm from Connecticut.
What did you do there?
I just went on a little day tour and got a Philly cheesesteak and met with a prospect for business and then drove home. It was great.
You're from Connecticut. How far was it to get to the city, New York?
A 45-minute train ride.
45-minute train.
Drive, let's say an hour and 15.
Okay.
That includes traffic.
And I think it's pretty well known that people that work in the city live in Connecticut, New Jersey, Hoboken, like different Jersey City, right? They live just outside of Manhattan and then they train in, and that's normal.
It is. But what's really interesting on this topic is my mom and dad, as you know, moved from Connecticut to Baltimore. And the real reason they did it is my mom is in healthcare and she was working at Mount Sinai, and she was so sick and tired of that commute every single day from Darien to Mount Sinai. So she took a job at Johns Hopkins, where now she loves it here. She is a 15-minute commute to Green Spring Station, where her main, Hopkins office is. She doesn't have to deal with all the traffic, and there's that sense of peace. And they love Baltimore, and I don't see them moving unless they go to Charleston. But
I feel like as a smaller city, Baltimore provides you with that luxury. It is an amenity that we don't acknowledge, is that, we have all these tiny little neighborhoods, but you can live in, you can be in Mount Vernon, which is very much like Brooklyn, like New York suburb kind of vibe. Not suburb, but like New York, what do they call it? Borough? Is that what they call it? Like the Bronx.
Yeah,
Brooklyn.
it's a borough. Yeah,
five boroughs.
Five boroughs.
Yeah, anyway.
Yeah.
So, like Mount Vernon here in Baltimore is like Brooklyn, but then you go just a little bit farther, 5 minutes farther, and you're in, I guess I would say Charles Village before you get to Roland Park, but each one of these neighborhoods, it's not like city. What do they call them in New York? They call them brownstones. Sure. It's not like brownstone, and then like a different neighborhood, different brownstone. No, it's like brownstones in Mount Vernon. Charles Village is now like row homes, which are slightly different, but it's okay. And then you go to Roland Park, and now they're like big mansions. I don't know where you have that except like on Long Island.
Right. No, I don't. And Connecticut and.
Well, yeah, like you have to get outside of the city.
Right.
And yet here in Baltimore, it's like literally in the city.
It's wild. So, I mean, yeah. It's really nice to be able to be. Like I went to Loyola University, right? And so you're like a stepping stone away from these beautiful houses, and then you go one street over, and you're like, okay. May not be in the right spot.
Well, I mean, you don't have to promote that, but it is true. What I tell my clients is always like, walk to the bars, but Uber home. Oh, so yeah. I don't care where you are, what you do, but like safety is a thing. And so if you want to walk or you enjoy walking, like walk to the bars, that's fine. But once you're drinking or celebrating with your friends, even if you're not drinking and you're just walking home at 11 o'clock at night, there's no reason to do that. Take the Uber. It's $8, $15, $20. It's significantly a smarter decision because one block in the wrong direction, and it is.
But it's like any city, right? Like, but what I've found about this, like it's very college town, right? So you're going to have the Loyola, the Towson, the Hopkins, which is nice, but yeah, you want to make sure you're going, taking those Ubers home, walking with people, not like running around.
Yeah, so then that's one of the things that promotes Baltimore living so much is the college towns, Towson, Loyola, Hopkins, even University of Maryland with the medical programs that we have, promotes a lot of wellness in the city, and the city acknowledges that, and they do things like live near your work grant programs, like buy back the block grant programs. Maryland Mortgage Program puts a ton of money in. If you don't already know, there's grants that'll pay off your student loan debt. There's just so much incentive to buy here. And I think that's one of the best things about putting down roots in Baltimore is that you're not relegated to, like I have friends that live outside of LA and they can't afford to buy a house because it's like $300,000 down.
It's crazy.
How are you 26 supposed to come up with $300,000, right? Here in Baltimore, you can buy a house for $300,000. That's really nice.
Right.
In many cases, I mean, I have one coming up that's totally livable, beautiful house, nice kitchen, nice bathroom, upstairs laundry, and a garage with a rooftop deck, and it's like $280,000. And people are saving that kind of cash to buy their very first home in some of these other cities. Not only is it cheaper, but then you have grant programs and opportunity for people to invest in their future. And then, I mean, the affordability of starting business, the affordability of getting into business, whether you're in finance or startup or projects or, I mean, it's just so much happening here. It's a vibrant city in that way.
It is. The other thing about just the business and working is I was actually down this morning doing a spin class in Harbor Point. That development is unbelievable what they're building there. The new T. Rowe Price building. There's a restaurant that's about to open up. I mean,
what is that?
It's actually my boss and his
in
partner.
The T. Rowe Price?
It's going to be on the side of the T. Rowe Price. It's not put together yet, but it's going to be. I would tell you that a lot of the business that'll come there is going to be from the Morgan Stanley people, the T. Rowe Price people that are down there.
It's so interesting because Harbor Point, if you guys don't know, it's a beautiful part of the city now. I mean, it used to be literally nothing. Like I'm not joking. It used to be literally nothing. Sandy Beach was literally nothing. Now it is high-rise development, extremely luxurious. I mean, it's just beautiful to walk through. And the prominence, it's sort of like opposite the harbor from Federal Hill. And so it gives you this feeling of like, I don't know, like you've made it to the center of the city. And it's kind of unique in that way because it's one of the only high-rise living facilities that are right on the water.
Yeah, it's really neat.
But 2 blocks away, you can be in a 1870s row home with a tiny little spiral staircase in Fells Point.
Right.
And like that's what makes Baltimore Baltimore. It's so much fun to have that connection. Whether, like for me, I could never live in that Baltimore Fells Point row home. Experiencing it and sharing in someone else's home and sharing in the way that they choose to, make that their life. I love embracing that because it's like instead of living in a subdivision where everybody buys everything and then like you bought a Mercedes, so now I have to buy a Mercedes, or like you guys got a pool, so now we have to get a pool. It's not that way. That's not our city. Those aren't our people, in my opinion.
Right.
I think
I would agree.
It's one of the things that makes our city great. one of the things that we talked a little bit about was like the work-life balance, creating the opportunity to embrace things in Baltimore. But also, what about location, right? Like we're closer to New York City. What was it? We're closer to New York City than LA is to San Diego. No. Yeah.
Is this a phrase that you're...
I was talking with somebody at the conference the other day, and they were like, "Oh, it's so close." I'm like, "I mean, it's 3 hours away."
Right.
I'm like, yeah, but that's closer than my house is to San Diego. Like, that's. I live farther, and they live in LA. And I was like, that's crazy to think about. We go from, city to city like it's a Saturday afternoon drive. Like, it's not a big deal.
Right.
And then you have the Acela, which is like an hour and 20 minutes to New York.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's super fast.
I don't know. And then Charleston and the flight that we took to Orlando and any state city in Florida. It's just so easy to get around from where we are.
Well, I'm going to Charleston again because I have a love obsession with it. And I also noticed that Nashville's an hour flight too. I mean, you have this BWI hub that it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Like there's just so much that comes out of it.
Especially as cities like Nashville, Louisville, like they get their resurgence, if you will. It's very cool to see because we hear a lot about like Austin, right? Austin's grown and Dallas is growing and Texas, right? That's cool, but they're a little bit farther away. It's the middle of freaking nowhere. Like there's nothing to do except in the city. Whereas here, hey, I live 20 minutes from the airport. I can hop a plane. By the time that you could drive from LA to San Diego, I can be in how many different places, right? Whether it's train, plane, drive, walk, hike. It is a very luxurious place to live. And I don't think people take advantage of it enough.
Yeah. Agree. We love it here.
Speaking of taking advantage of it, is it next week? Next weekend? I wish Christian were here. He'd be like, Mike, yes, it's next weekend. Live Baltimore, which is a nonprofit organization designed to promote living in Baltimore City, is hosting their trolley tour. I believe it's next weekend on Saturday, February 1st. You could go to their website, livebaltimore.com.
Live Baltimore?
Live Baltimore.
Okay, easy
Live
enough.
Baltimore. And they are promoting the trolley tour. It's a free event where everyone can come. And if you follow kind of their step-by-step guide at the trolley tour, you can have the opportunity to win $5,000 towards your down payment and closing costs. They can help you buy a home. I think it's limited to people that are first-time home buyers in the city. Might be like you might be eligible now that you sold the house in the city.
Right.
I don't know how that works actually. But promotions for the city, and not only Live Baltimore's $5,000 grant, but so many of the other grants that are available. If you guys have any questions, reach out.
What else is going on around here? I mean, this is
nothing. It's freaking freezing.
We're going to, just so that everyone knows, we're going to do a live show eventually. And what's going to happen is we're going to have people call in and tell us what to do in Baltimore. Literally, because it is so cold out. We need activities and we need fun stuff to do. One activity, and I'll give a shout out, Sydney Nelson, we love you. I actually went rock climbing.
Oh, I saw
this past weekend
at
Movement in Hamden. Give a shout out to Movement in Hamden. I have never been, went for the first time. Not great at it, which frustrated me. Like I was trying to like grip and like the little like circular one. I was frustrated. I was like, why can't I grab this thing?
It's a rock.
But
it's not meant to be a handle.
Yeah, well, I wanted it to be a handle. But it was a really cool.
Did you go up the more advanced wall?
I attempted.
Right. There's like the easy wall, the intermediate wall, and the advanced wall. And I'm like, let's just go up the easy one. Let's just make our lives easy. They got little hooks for your fingers.
We used P. So I went with Christian, who's not, and he was not as good as me. Sorry, Christian.
How do you rate that?
Because we had someone. We asked someone.
Oh.
No, I'm just kidding. We didn't. But you could tell when Christian, and he's going to get so mad that I'm saying this, he just couldn't do the orange round boob ones. They're these orange. I'm serious. It was this orange one. He's going to laugh. And it's like these round ones. Sorry, that was a weird thing. But you can't grab them. So,
you can't. No touchy.
No touchy. So we put Christian back to P1. He started using the one with the handles that had like the extra red. So if he fell.
So I have rock climbed on those fake walls before, and it is it's like remarkably hard. Yeah. I think we had one at Towson. John, did we have a rock climbing wall at Towson? Yeah. No, like at the university. Yeah. So I think that was the last place that I've done it. But you go up and you have rocks that are like fully like you could grab fingers, right? Mm-hmm. And then you have rocks that like have no fingers.
Yeah.
And you're trying to like claw around this thing, and it's like you're holding on for dear life, but reality, all you're supposed to do is like this.
Yeah, you're supposed to like scale.
You're supposed to not like hold on to it. Like, let me grab a fun, right? That would be fun. I feel. It was a very interesting experience. A lot of different people in there, which was cool. How does it work? Is it membership based? Is it hourly?
Yeah, so you can get a day. We did a day pass, so you just go in, you get a day pass. But there's also memberships because there's a gym too. Do
they assign you a spotter?
No. No.
So you're just like up on the wall by yourself. Did you spot Christian?
No, we weren't.
You just climb the wall and fall.
Yeah, but we didn't go high enough. Like we would go high enough, but it was a very smushy ground, and
like you weren't in a harness, like climbing. No. You were just like 6 feet off the wall.
Yeah, maybe more like 10, but there's still ways to grip it, so it wasn't anything too crazy. I was able to do it, so if I'm able to do it, guys. Anyone is able to do it.
I mean, I think it's those fun things that people don't think about doing. Really As fun. You mentioned, like if somebody says, "Hey, Mike, let's go do this," I'm pretty much down. Unless it's like a 5K, I'm not trying to run. Like, don't ask me to.
We will change 5K. That very soon.
No. I don't. That's not my thing. But if somebody says like, "Hey, we're gonna go to the zoo for brew at the zoo," I don't even like beer, but I'll go. Like, let's go have fun. If somebody says, "Hey, we're gonna go do this thing on the Chessie little paddle boats in the harbor," let's go. I'll have fun. If we're gonna go to out by Live in Montgomery County and we're gonna go do this, sure, let's go. Like, all I need is somebody to go, "Hey, this is what's going on." And then I'm like, all right, fine, let's go.
Yeah.
I'm not opposed to it. Interesting little factoid. I was reading an article, and I was hoping somebody was going to know, but I don't have a whole lot of confidence that you're going to know. I was reading an article that someone built a full-on go-kart racetrack in their backyard in Howard County. Have you heard about this?
I have not, but all I'll say is I'm not surprised.
Full on, 11 acres, cool. Like more than enough land, built a go-kart track, and now it's like a legal thing. And so I've been trying to learn what's going on because, of course, I want to know. But also, I kind of want to go for it.
Yeah, can we go?
Can we go ride go-karts? But there is the go-kart out on Route 40, out over in Golden Ring Mall. I haven't done that here in Baltimore, but we did do it in Las Vegas, so I guess I've done it before. It's just fun.
That's a fun activity.
Maybe a summer activity.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, anyway, all right, so if you guys don't already know, if you haven't already registered, make sure you register for the Live Baltimore thing. We do have a home seller event coming up in February as well, and a home buyer event there to follow if you want to come join us for brunch and learn a little bit more about home buying and home selling and all the grants that are available. Make sure you reach out to us. You can always reach out to me on Instagram at michael.frank___. I think there's 4.
There's 4 underscores.
Yeah, it's weird. And how can they reach you?
You can find me, Sammy Burr, Instagram.
Or at the Baltimorons.
Our new podcast. Follow us. Next
we'll
week,
wait.
Next week, we have an amazing guest. We have 855 Pee Poop, my good friend Marty. We're really excited to have you on, Matt Vetter, and we're excited. So look forward to it next week.
Love it. Look forward to it. Talk to you guys soon. What's up, guys? Thanks for watching. For more information on the housing market, Real Estate 101, how you can leverage your position in today's market, and so much more, click on the link below. If you like this video or have a burning real estate question you'd like us to answer, leave us a comment and let us know. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you never miss an episode, and we'll see you again real soon.